Hi, my name is Piper Gunnarsson, and I'm the Executive Director of On-Site Opera. This year, we are celebrating On-Site Opera's 10th anniversary of producing site-specific opera throughout New York City. At our anniversary gala, we will also honor Jane Gross, who has been On-Site Opera's board president for its entire first decade. Jane has made an indelible mark on this organization, as she has on the lives and careers of artists throughout the opera industry. When we announced that we were planning to honor Jane at this year's gala, several artists reached out to us to ask how they could help us celebrate this woman who has had such an impact on their lives. Please enjoy the perspectives from just a few of the artists and administrators whose lives and organizations and careers have been deeply and profoundly impacted by the wisdom and generosity and wit and friendship of Jane Gross. And Jane, thank you so much for sharing the last 10 years with On-Site Opera.
Jane, congratulations. I'm so sorry that I'm not able to be there at the gala to celebrate with you, but I'm so glad that On-Site Opera has decided to honor you because you definitely deserve it. Thank you so much for your love, your support, and everything that you've done, not only for me, but for so many artists coming up and still working artists all over the world. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Andi Marie Moore, and I am Jane's opera daughter. I met Jane several years ago at the Chautauqua Opera in the Young Artist Program, and actually Jane was not assigned to me as her opera daughter. I was assigned to someone else, but Jane somehow to be honest, she somehow just took me in, and I'm so grateful. She has loved me. She's supported me. She has opened her home to me to Shea Jane's anytime I came to the city and had auditions or whatever was happening. She's been in the audience cheering me on. Thank you. I'm here in Amsterdam performing now, but I did not want to miss this opportunity. I love you. Congratulations.
Hello, I am Deborah Sine Moore, Chief Program Officer with Chautauqua Institution, and I am here to join a chorus of thank yous to Jane A. Gross. Jane, thank you for building beautiful things, for building relationships and pathways, not just with singers, but with people that make things happen, people that put the singers on stage and audience members that come to hear them, and the music makers and composers and choreographers and dramaturgs and more that make opera and life happen. Thank you for being a little bit larger than life, just like an opera yourself, for laughing just a little bit louder, for lifting your glass to toast someone just a little bit higher, and for having just a little more fun than the average person. I am so glad you are in our life, and I am here to say, from Chautauqua Institution, thank you.
Hi, Jane. I am so glad that I get to contribute to this amazing celebration that is you. Kathleen and Madeline and I send our love and thank yous for all you have done for us as artists and storytellers and the entire American opera community. Thank you for all you've done for On-Site Opera, your leadership, your passion, your joy, your commitment to new works, your commitment to young artists, your love for Chautauqua Opera, and our whole operatic community in this country. I really so much appreciate your friendship and appreciate all you've done for me personally. I still remember that first walk we had at Chautauqua on the grounds, and you walked Maddie and Kathleen over to have an ice cream, and your generosity and your kindness was shown from day one. I look forward to all the memories to come, and thank you for all you've done for us. Much love.
Jane, I am so happy that you're in my life. You are funny, smart, passionate, committed, supportive, just a great pal. And I have to say, one of my favorite experiences with you was when I told you in great excitement that Mark Campbell, Kimberly Reed, and I had just been commissioned to write our third opera together about Georgia O'Keeffe, and that it was to take place on the train that she took from New York to Santa Fe. Mark and Kim were going to take that train ride so that they could work on the libretto together, and quite frankly, I was jealous. I wanted to go. And you said, well, you must go. And I said, well, that's their thing, and I can't go on my own. And you said, well, I'm going, and you're going with me. And I did, and it was fantastic. Thanks for that adventure and so much more. I love you, Jane.
Hi Jane, it's Rayanne Bryce Davis, and I'm so sorry I can't be there in person to celebrate with you, but I'm so grateful that I get to participate in this way and celebrate you and honor you for the boss lady that you are, who's a huge change maker and shaker and supporter of all things wonderful about opera. I was so grateful to have been paired with you as an opera daughter back in 2014 in Chautauqua, and I think you're my most VIP person that I know, with buildings named after them. Work it out. I'm so grateful to have you as a friend, Jane, and I honor you. I celebrate you. You are just a boss bitch. Brava.
Hey y'all, I'm Rebecca Howell, and I am so thankful for Jane Gross. She has been my friend, mentor, and supporter since 2014 when we met when I was a young artist at Chautauqua Opera. I'll tell you a funny story. This was one of the first times that I ever spent an afternoon with Jane. We were headed to lunch with Rayanne Bryce Davis. I doubt Jane even remembers this, but we were in the car, and she was telling us that she was interested in going to a rodeo nearby. And being from Houston, Texas, we say that word a little bit differently. So I said, do you mean a rodeo? And the rest has been kind of history. We have shared many wonderful memories. She was there when I was a finalist at the Lottie Lania competition and won the Kurt Weill Award a couple years back. We've shared many meals, many memories, many friends, many recipes. She likes to make my pork chops. But anyway, I'm so thankful for her and all the support that she gives to many artists.
Hi, my name is John Risen. You know, I've been sitting here racking my brain about the best way to talk about my relationship with Jane, and 1 minute just does not suffice. I've known Jane for over 10 years, and in that time, she has impacted me on a personal level, on a familial level, on a professional level, both in opera and in the company that my wife and I run. And she is a wealth of knowledge and experience and love, and is one of the most giving and charitable people I've ever met. She's let me stay with her at Chez Jane, the greatest place in New York City, many times, and has taught me unbelievable things over the course of the years. And I don't know what my life and career would be without Jane Gross in it. And so that's me trying to keep it to 1 minute. We love you, Jane. Thank you so much for everything you do. There is no one else like Jane Gross in this world.
Hi, I'm Laura Leon, and I'm recording from the studios of Opera Southwest in Albuquerque. We're preparing to do Zorro. And one of the memories that I remember vividly of Jane was when I announced that I was going to debut in Carnegie Hall, she purchased her ticket right away. And the day comes, I'm in New York, we're already only my mom and I, and this huge storm starts happening. And I thought, well, no one's gonna come. And when I started singing, Jane was there. Jane was there, and I had family on the most important day of my life. I had Jane and my mom. So thank you, Jane, for always being there when it really matters. And nothing. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I have the wonderful privilege of being one of Jane Gross's opera daughters. I first met Jane when I was a young artist at Chautauqua in 2016, and I can say, by and large, near and far, hands down, she is the best opera mom ever. I am eternally grateful to have her support and to have been taught to the importance of learning the business of the business. And her generosity and support truly is unparalleled. So Jane, thank you for everything that you do and for who you are.
Jane taught me to stand by my instincts, despite the allure of starting a company with someone whose organizational values were completely different from my own.
I've been blessed by knowing several exceptional senior stateswomen in this industry named Jane, but Jane Gross is the Janest of them all. She taught me the importance of philanthropy not being based on how much was in your pocketbook, but what you bring to the table as your belief in the art and the artists being of the most value. With that said, thank you, Jane. Mwah.
Hey, Jane. This is Mark Campbell coming to you from a hotel room in Minneapolis. I always seem to be in a hotel room in Minneapolis. I don't have any crazy brilliant anecdotes to impart, but I would like to say that I always like when you chide me gently, kindly, for working too hard and maybe traveling too much. It's like I have a mother, but I mean a good mother, not a bad mother. And I just want to thank you for sort of being a good mother and a mother to us all. I cherish you. I love you, as does everyone else in this business. Have a great time tonight.
Hello, Jane. I am sorry that I can't be there this evening to celebrate you, but I am really happy to join in thanking you for everything that you have done, your tireless advocacy, your support of new work. And I am really looking forward to eventually making that trip to Lilydale with you. But until then, please enjoy your evening, and I will look forward to seeing you at an opera sometime very soon.
Jane, many congratulations and big thank yous from me. I met you almost 20 years ago, I think, and I recognized your passion for singers, your wonderful wit, and you had a twinkle in your eye. Took me a while to figure out the twinkle in your eye would become on-site opera. Congratulations.
Hello, it's Kimberly Reed. I just want to say thank you, Jane Gross. You were amazing. The thing I love about Jane is that wry smile on her face every time you see her. Even when everything's going on in her personal life is deserving of an opera. So thank you, Jane.
Hi, I'm soprano Allison Cambridge, and I would like to give a big thank you to Jane Gross. I have known Jane since I was 19 years old and an undergraduate at the Chautauqua Institution, and I got to know her for all the years since. She's been so supportive of me and my career and those of so many others. Thank you, Jane, for all that you do for singers and for the opera community, and especially all that you've done and continue to do for on-site opera. Jane, thank you.
I'm Mark Skorka, president of Opera America. And when I think of Jane Gross, the word that comes to mind is advocate, because Jane is the greatest advocate for young artists. From Chautauqua to her apartment on the East Side, there is no one who supports the career development of young artists more than Jane. Jane, we are, the field is, young artists are profoundly grateful to you. Thank you.
Jane, I am so lucky to have been able to lead and create an organization alongside an amazing board president like yourself. When I think back to that coffee we had at Le Pain Quotidien 11 years ago, where I pitched this opera company to you that didn't really exist yet, and the enthusiasm and support, you just threw yourself into the whole thing. And that's really where your energy has stayed. Your guidance, your wit, your support, your ideas, your generosity has created such an amazing organization. And I am so grateful for you, for everything you've done, for me, for On-Site Opera, and I just couldn't be happier to join this chorus of people celebrating you and the work that you do. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Jane.
Thank you, Jane.
Thank you, Jane.
Thank you, Jane.
Grazie, Jane.
Thank you, Jane Gross.
Thank you, Jane.
Dankeschön, Jane.
Thank you, Jane.
Thank you, Jane. Mwah.
Thank you, Jane.
Thank you all, Jane.
Thank you, Jane.
Thank you, Jane.
Thank you, Jane.
Gracias, Jane.
Thank you, Jane.
Thank you, Jane.